Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Monday the 1st of February 2021. It's deadline day today. Mill have made a signing. They've signed George Evans from Derby County. But before we get to all the details about that, we're going to start with the under-23 game that was played today. We played Charlton Athletic. It was at Dartford FC's ground, Prince's Park, but no one was allowed in. And the score was 1-1. And notable things for what happened here was that Billy Mitchell started. He played half, and Conor Mahoney started, and we don't exactly know why, but he was taken off just before half time. So did he get injured? I don't know. No one was there. No one's saying. We have to wait and see about that one. But anyway, this is from millfc.co.uk, the Mill FC's online website. It says Millwall's under-23s drew 1-1 with Charlton Athletic in the Professional Development League on Monday afternoon. George Alexander gave Kevin Nugent's side the lead in first half stoppage time, but Richard Afrain Casey equalised in the second half to earn the Addicks a point. Alexander saw a penalty saved by Nathan Arness, whilst Conor Mahoney and Billy Mitchell played a part in the fixture. The Lions started the game on top and attempted to force the issue on numerous occasions, but despite finding ways into the penalty area through Dan Moss and Mahoney, the score remained goalless. The first major talking point of the game came with 26 minutes on the clock as the referee pointed to the penalty spot after Alexander was hauled down by Harness. The same duo faced each other seconds later once the striker had put the ball on the spot, but Alexander's powerful kick was well saved by the goalkeeper. Billy French's header went past Ryan Sandford's far post as Charlton began to probe for the opening goal, but it duly arrived at the other end in injury time of the first half as Alexander was suitably placed at the front post to turn home a cross, putting Millwall 1-0 up. Ruben Duncan, a half-time substitute for Mitchell, was the first to try his luck after the break, but his shot was deflected behind before Alex Mitchell and Moss both had attempts shortly after, but were unable to find a way through to the goal. With 80 minutes left to play, however, Charlton equalised as Afrain Casey found himself unmarked inside the box and able to plant a header past Sandford. Sean O'Brien and Tyler Bowery then had opportunities to put the Lions back in front, but the host defence remained firm and points were shared. Next up for Mill's under-23s is the rearranged fixture against Queen's Park Rangers on Friday afternoon. And they give the Mill team of Sandford, Moss, Tenzia, Muller, Alex Mitchell, Tobolodge, Bury, Billy Mitchell, George Alexander, Mahoney, Skeffington, and the subs that come in were Davis, Duncan, O'Brien, with Strachan and Boateng the unused substitutes. So that was this morning, another 1-1 draw, this time the under-23s in Development League. Moving on, we had the joyous news this morning that Troy Parrot's loan at Millwall was cancelled and he had gone on loan to Ipswich. It's fantastic news for Millwall. I don't know if that's fantastic news for Ipswich. We'll wait and see. I don't know if it's fantastic news for Troy Parrot. He's kind of half smiling now, but I don't know. I don't know if he knows what the hell's going on. This is from the Independent, Irish Independent, the Independent.ie. It says Troy Parrot's Millwall spell comes to an end as Ireland youngster agrees loan deal with Ipswich. It says Ireland striker Troy Parrot will try to kickstart his season with a loan spell at Ipswich Town after his time at Millwall was cut short. The 18-year-old left Spurs to join Millwall on a season-long loan deal in the summer, but Parrot was initially hampered by injury and failed to score in 14 appearances for the Championship side. The Ireland cap, an unused sub in last week's draw with Mick McCarthy's Cardiff City. Tottenham recalled him from that loan spell 2 days ago, and Ipswich boss Paul Lambert under pressure after a poor run of form moved quickly to land Parrot on loan for the rest of the season. The deal was complete this morning in time for Parrot to train with his new teammates at Ipswich, including fellow Dubliners Alan Judge and Stephen Ward and current under-21 caps Mark McGuinness and Aaron Drinan. Parrot has been capped twice for the Ireland senior team, having previously impressed the under-21 side during Stephen Kenny's tenure in charge, with Dubliner bagging 4 goals in 5 games at the age grade. Millwall boss Gary Rowett admitted he regretted that Parrot's spell at the Lions didn't work out, and feel it was the best for all parties for him to move on, but he hopes the teenager can find his feet after dropping a level into League One. It is a mutual decision by everybody, Millwall manager Gary Rowett told the South London Press today, as Parrot repairs for a possible Ipswich debut against Blackpool on Saturday. First and foremost, Troy fitted into the group fabulously. All the lads loved him. He worked so hard to try and get breaks in front of goal. He was doing extra training after the training sessions and coming in on his days off to work. I don't think he could have done any more. Sometimes things just don't fall for a player. I'm sure it didn't work out how we wanted, or Tottenham wanted, but now he drops down a level and tries to get more game time. We'll see if he can get more chances and score some goals and use what he learned here to go on and have a successful second half of the season. It got to the point where if he wasn't going to start that much and get that development time, then that is no good to Tottenham and certainly isn't for Troy. He goes with our blessing. I had a really good chat with Troy after our game. I gave him a big hug and wished him all the best. He has been a Millwall player and will always be welcome here anytime. Sometimes it doesn't work out and everyone has to be honest and make the decision. So that was Gary Rowett there speaking about it. I don't know if you saw that there. So you see here, he's basically laying the groundwork to claim that he set him all up for that. If he goes to Ipswich and starts banging in goals, he said, you see where he says, we'll see if he can get more chances and score some goals and use what he learned here to go on and have a successful second half of the season. So he's basically setting up, saying it, if he plays well, he learned all that here, He did, even though he didn't do jack shit at Millwall, but we helped him out and helped him go on to big successful Ipswich. But if he's a dud, and then he can say, "Oh yeah, he was shit here as well." So he's being clever with his words there, Gary Rowett. I don't know if you all spotted that. Wow. But let's get to the main piece of today. We signed a player. We signed him from Derby County, of course, because Gary Rowett can only sign players from either Derby County or Birmingham that he used to manage. So here we go. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. It says Millwall announced George Evans signing. Former Derby man arrives on a long-term deal. And there he is. They've got to do these photoshops now. But one thing that struck me is look at his neck. How big is his neck? It's like a giraffe. George the giraffe. Anyway, moving on. It says Millwall Football Club is delighted to announce the signing of George the Giraffe Evans from Derby County. The midfielder arrives in SC16 on a long-term deal for an undisclosed fee, becoming Gary Rowett's second permanent signing of the January transfer window. Evans, 26, who can play midfielder at centre-back, started as a trainee at Manchester City and made one appearance for the Citizens as a late substitute in the League Cup win at Sunderland, enjoying loan spells at Crewe, Scunthorpe and Walsall whilst there. In January 2016, Evans made a permanent move to Reading and spent 2.5 years at the Majesty Stadium, making 43 appearances in the side, which reached the Championship playoff final in 16-17. The summer window of 2018 saw the Rams swoop for Evans' signature, and the midfielder featured 42 times for the Pride Park outfit before moving to the Lions. Evans will be unavailable for the selection for Tuesday night's, that's tomorrow's Sky Bet Championship match against Norwich City, but will be in contention for the visit of Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday afternoon. He will wear squad number 28. George the Giraffe, squad number 28. So there you go, there he is. Moving on. We've got Gary Rowett giving his verdict on George Evans. And this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. This is the South London Press's online website. And they say Millwall boss Gary Rowett gives his verdict as George Evans makes permanent move from Derby County. Millwall have made Derby County's George Evans their second signing of the January transfer window. The Lions agreed a fee for the 26-year-old over the weekend, and that fee is believed to be £750,000. Carrying on, Evans can play at centre-half and in a defensive midfield role. His arrival means that Ryan Leonard, who has acquitted himself well on the right of a back three, can be pushed into his normal position in the middle of the park. He's a player I've monitored for a few years, said manager Gary Rowett. He's got a very good pedigree coming through the youth levels at Manchester City, and then I saw him at Reading. There are not many who have that ability, unless we're talking about Ryan, and a tactical, I think he's talking about Ryan Woods there because he loves Ryan Woods, and tactical knowledge, or maybe he's talking about Ryan Leder, and tactical knowledge to play in a back three and step into midfield. George is a good size, he has got athleticism and a good technical range of passing. When I see a player like that, I can think they can fit into a Millwall ethos, drive, a little bit of aggression and that technical aspect. I want to add options in that back three, flexible options to have the players to play different formations for different games. It's nice to have the option of pushing Lenny up to a number 8 position at times and use those legs there. George will give us that. He has had a couple of years at Derby where the opportunities he has had have not quite fulfilled what he is capable of, for no reason other than Derby have got a lot of good players. He is the right age at 26, he is coming into prime years of his career. He has found a good home and is coming into a very good settled group. We've got a lot of loan players and some will end up going back at the end of the season. George is not just a signing for now but for next season as well. I'm really pleased to get him on board. He's a really good addition to the group. We can build play through Woodsy, but George has got a good range of passing over long distances. We are trying to make ourselves a team that is not too predictable. I've seen him play in a back three at Derby, almost a quarterback role for Reading, and in the midfield too at Derby. Earlier in his career he played as an 8 and scored goals. So he's bringing him in because he can play hoofball. He can pass it long. So we're just going to sit deep and keep passing it long for the rest of the season, yeah? That's kind of predictable. I don't know. It seems I don't know. I hope it works out, but it seems Gary Rowett's system he has no system. He's just blagging it. He's just saying what he wants people to hear. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Norwich game. If you still have any glimmer of hope and you watch the games, and you'll be want to watch it tomorrow against Norwich City at home. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff. Don't forget that 6 o'clock kickoff on iFollow. You can watch it. You have to pay £10 and sign up for it. Moving on. So right at the end of the day, just before the window closed, there was some chatter that Huddersfield were trying to get Matt Smith on loan, and apparently that was knocked back pretty quickly. And there was some other nonsense rumour about Shane Ferguson going to Portsmouth, but that was complete crap. That was just some troll account, and there was nothing in that. But anyway, that was Mill's transfer deadline day. We signed George Evans, a defender, even though we can't score to save our lives. So here we go. Relegation roller coaster. Bye bye.